Good day, everyone, and welcome to the world of the International Fab Talks. We're happy to connect with you every single day because we have wonderful people across the world willing to share their time and expertise, no matter which profession they belong to. What is their path? How they have been associated with different kinds of people. It could be students, it could be faculty members, it could be people of different countries they are associated with. They'd love to share their experience. They'd love to create that beautiful positive energy for all the youngsters, the middle-aged, and the senior citizens as well. Today, we are being blessed by the special presence of a wonderful guest who has accepted our invitation and here with us to share all his knowledge and expertise with regard to his profession and various experiences in life. Join us, friends, to welcome our celebrity and guest. He is Professor Sandeepani DNV. He's joining us all the way from Bengaluru, which is located in Karnataka, India. Hello, sir, and welcome to the session. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Thank you so much.
It's really exciting to listen to your questions and answers from your guests. So happy to be here.
Thank you so much for being so polite and humble, sir. Thank you so much. What we look across the world and search for people, that soul searching, they say, get to know people from their heart. Those people who are without any ego or without any, type of feeling that I am superior than others. We want people to feel equal or make others feel equal. So when we meet people like that with positive energy, it's really an honor for us to have you here sharing the space with us. Thank you so much, sir. With your permission, I go ahead and I share your profile and we begin the session.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Friends, as you all know, we have with us today Professor Sandeepani DNV. He's joining us from Bengaluru. He's also the co-founder of Full Throttle Finishing School. I'd like to add more to sir's profile. Sir is a versatile person. He's the honorary dean and guest faculty from 2020 onwards in ARAVALI, Bangalore. In the growing B school that runs postgraduate diploma in management, if I'm not mistaken. It is also connected with digital marketing, business analytics, teaching, organizational behavior, talent management, and leadership. Sir is also, being connected with this beautiful country, Saudi Arabia. So in Saudi Arabia, he's connected to Saudi Skill Standards, that is the SSS, Saudi Arabia. He's visited Laureate Jeddah College as an external verifier on a special short-term assignment from Saudi Skills Standards, that is from January 2017 to June 2017. Sir is also associated with SP Jain School of Global Management, Singapore. As manager, facilities and student welfare, was completely in charge of the entire facilities across a 7-acre campus. That's really great. It's quite difficult to manage, and sir has done that very well. And this campus has 24-room executive housing, if I could put that right, housing for 250 international students, academic and administrative center from Jan 2011 to Jan 2013. And so is also associated again with the Jain group of institutions that is located in Bangalore. He worked across various units of Jain group, donning multiple roles. He was a member of the core team of the Jain International Residential School right from its project planning stages, that is from April 1999 to November 2005. Sir also taught and worked with various brands such as TeamLease, Base, Diksha, Surana College, and ORCAT. Sir is having the great ability to handle and teach various subjects. It could be organizational behavior, human resource management, marketing organization structures and design, leadership, team building, personality development, manners and etiquette, communication, industrial relations, service management, marketing, and business ethics, etc. Sir is always open to various roles. He's ready to be, sharing his knowledge and expertise to the right kind of people. He's ready to, put forth himself as a visiting faculty. And he's been called on many occasions on different universities and different colleges to work as a visiting faculty or an adjunct faculty. He's also a freelance consultant within the limits of Bengaluru. And he's been contributing his expertise for the past 24 plus years. And that's really wonderful to have him here. Let's get to know more about Sir, his journey. He has completed his MBA from Wales, that is from the United Kingdoms, if I'm not mistaken. let's go ahead and get to know how he is connected with higher education, how he is connected with the world, how he's been contributing to the educational sector and to beautifying the minds of the younger generation. Join us, friends. Dear sir, you have a wonderful profile that's really great and very inspiring. You've been giving 24 plus years, in the right way, you've been contributing to the society. The first question is, how would you define yourself for all of us? Who is the real Professor Sandeepani DNV?
Thank you so much, Miss Andrea. I think that was really overwhelming when you read out so many. It brought back my memories, my journey, professional journey that I started. Because many times we almost forget what we have done earlier in our initial career. My entry into education sector was actually accidental. Otherwise, I would have been doing some pharma selling or marketing, working with hospitality industry. So these were various jobs that I've done in my initial 5 years after graduation. But once I stepped into the education sector in Jain group of institutions, in the Jain residential school, international school, I felt that this is a place where I should work, because this is where we can nurture young talent. This is where we can groom children, make them better human beings and better citizens for the country and for the world. Higher education, of course, that is when they have already matured. So, of late, I felt my place is with identifying talent when they have almost come of age. That means they are young adolescents or young young adults, when they require better support. Many times they don't know what is their career path, or they do not know which industry they can work with. So that is when we need to shape them up, skill up, give them some additional training which colleges would not have provided. Provide them and then place them so that they get into a career. So this is what I feel, and now my focus is this. Besides this, there is also one area I work, especially with ARCAD earlier, where we do capacity building for colleges. That means if a college is not really doing well, especially at the intermediate level, senior secondary, what you call 10th, 11th, and 12th, we help bring in some intensive training for students because they are going to write their competitive exams. And this is very challenging. There are many people doing it, but we have to do it at the very top-notch level. So that is what I feel. So my calling is now presently helping students when they are graduating, or even if they have not graduated, and help place them. So help them find a career or help them rebuild their career. That is what I feel we need to do.
Hats off to you for that. How many of us are interested in building a career for the younger generation, enabling them to find the right career? That's really nice. I really like the way towards the end you put 3 or 4 sentences which focused on building the youth of India, enabling them to find the right career. That's really very nice. And I think that every one of us, I believe every one of us should do this, this work selflessly of trying to get the younger generation, trained in the right way to enable them to enhance their skills and to get the right job and to earn a dignified living and to be like an asset to the society. That's wonderful, sir. That's really great. I'm so happy that you are into that space. Now, sir, many of them would love to know about your journey into this field. Before entering into this field, as you said, it was not by choice, it was by chance that you entered into this field. Am I right?
Correct.
So, yes. So many of them would love to know, like, how was your educational journey as a student? What were the hardships that you faced? And what was the hardship that you understood as a student, that's just that you're able to understand the problems of the students in this generation?
So primarily, I was a very bright student, actually. If you look at my performance in my secondary, 10th standard, SSLC, what we call in Karnataka, I've done very well. When I came to the PUC, which is equivalent to the senior secondary or 12th standard, I had scored 20 more marks in chemistry. Some odd reason, chemistry was never my favorite subject. I had scored 20 more marks, probably I would have become a doctor. So that 20 marks would have given me a better rank. So I feel we require some mentorship, not just teaching in a school, college, but guidance, support, mentorship, everything is required so that we go to the next level. Today, because of that, I know where a student, what problem student face, what are the difficulties. Many times students come from backgrounds where parents are not educated. Our parents are busy in something else. Though they are educated, they are busy in their own jobs. So they require that support, guidance, nurturing, and constant monitoring. It is not just one time. So I felt that is where the need is. Another thing is there are so many opportunities today, but students are confused what to do.
Very
So
true.
that is also a place where they require guidance. Thirdly, there are various distractions, especially in a city like Bangalore. There are many big cities in India now, and students are distracted, especially today with the digital media. So with these distractions, they lose their focus. So we have to bring them back to the focus, help them stay in line with their thoughts and their goal. So I feel that is where I can contribute to these students. And I believe in quality, not in numbers. So in our finishing school, we cater to only a handful of students, not to a class full of 40, 50, 60 students. We are happy with 15 or 20 students in a batch, because that is when we can channelize our energies, channelize their energies as well. That is what I want to tell.
Yes, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. You know, a handful of students. Quality is, much better than quantity. To have a handful of students to, have that constant monitoring and all of that, I really understand that. Instead of having a class of 40, in certain institutions, there are 80. And I've even seen an institution with over 100 students, and like majority of them, 90%, just come there, give the attendance and just go out. And there's no takeaway. But then if you have limited amount of students where you can concentrate your entire, energy and, take out even the best of the students, tap the talent from them. That's very true. I get that very clear. Now, sir, you've also mentioned nurturing them, constant monitoring. All this is really very essential. And I'm proud that you belong to that zone where you really want the best from students, or, you want the best for students. That's really nice. Now, sir, with regard to connecting with students, connecting with parents, connecting with faculty members, management, and all of that. At certain points, we do face a lot of challenges. Now, what kind of challenges do you face being in the educational sector?
Okay. There are several challenges, but as I keep remembering, I'll tell you. One, we are a diverse country. So when we operate as an education institution or a training school, we get students from various states. It could be from Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, or Maharashtra. Let's say if I have a class of 10, 12 students and they come from different states, trust me, English is not their primary language, though we both are speaking in English. So communication becomes a big challenge. A student in Tamil Nadu will not be as good in English, somebody from Maharashtra, or even, let's say, interior Karnataka. So a teacher has a challenge of communicating in a language where the student can understand. So communication becomes very important. Second, they come from various family backgrounds, troubled family backgrounds, lack of education amongst the parents. And another important factor is the money part, finance of a family. A lot of people are almost bordering poverty line, and they have aspirations. And they could be the first generation in their family wanting to come to a big city and study and work. So this is another big aspiration they have, but they don't have any resource to back them up. So these are the challenges. Education, it could be family backgrounds, or it could be the finance stopping students. In fact, in our experience, we have students who couldn't enroll to a particular batch, but have to come back to the next batch because they didn't have any money to pay. At such circumstances, we in fact allow the students, telling that please join our program, pay only when you get a job.
Wow, great.
And we ensure that the student gets placed.
That's
Because I am part of a system where we have 100% placement. So none of our student goes back without a placement. That's why we focus only on small batches. But why I feel this is important is, if every institution does this, then we won't have any unemployment problem in our country. This is what I feel. The output of the country will increase. These skill sets of the nation will increase as a whole. But that can happen only from small contributions like from people like me. And India is a people of billions. So we have many talented people who can certainly do this. I'm just one small cog in the wheel. That's all.
brilliant, brilliant, sir. I really like this focus of yours of, allowing the children to grow, to study, and not take stress of the finances with regard to their fees. I really like this concept. You can pay us once you've completed, and you've ensured that you got a job, and you're even helping them with the job placements. That's also wonderful. I really appreciate this beautiful thought. As you said, all of us should be focusing on this, such that India would soon become a developed country if this is the focus of everyone. I mean, the mature ones, or the ones who are really know that the importance of the youth and taking care of them in the right way. I really appreciate that. That's wonderful.
Can I add one point here, please? So full throttle finishing school has come up as an idea by two more colleagues of mine. Both are they were in training field and they have been teaching much before me, and they were the ones who inspired me to join. Professor Amlan Bhattacharya and Professor Ramnath Iyer. They were running ARAVALI Bangalore, where I used to do part-time teaching. But their concept also has been the same. They want every student to get placed. So we won't send back a student without placement. And if a student doesn't stick to a job, we will help him or her to get into another job. So it is not just, okay, I place the student, our connection with the student is over. No. Once a student, always a student. Once a alumni is for life.
That's really so nice. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. And I like the way, the hold or the grip on the child or the grip on the student. Not only once, like once you're done studying with us, we cut off. You're connected with them after the job. Even if they're not satisfied in a particular job, you see that they get something else to continue their journey. That's really very nice. This is called as the right kind of nurturing, the right kind of mentorship. Yes, that's really wonderful. And I wish that many of the students come forward and, try to connect with you people for the right reasons. Now, if at all, there are some of the people who would love to join you and join this course, or it's called as the Throttle Finishing School. How do they join? What is the process? When is the admission process? And what is really all about this finishing school? If you could share that with us.
Okay. So what we do is, since we are an infant, actually, just to say, we are actually a toddler, tiny tot. We are 2 years old system. So we are actually campaigning. We are reaching out to students through digital media. Since we teach digital marketing ourselves, we also do campaigns in other parts. So where students who are using an Instagram or maybe Facebook or any other social media can happen to see our ad. They'll see a posting telling that, do you want to get trained and get placed? So this is one thing. And we invite them to have a call with us, telephonic interview, or could be a meet like this, online meet, or in person. They can walk into our institute in Bangalore. In fact, we have 2 other centers, one in Mysore and one in Coimbatore. So we are catering to, and these are again small batches. In Bangalore, we have a full-time program under the banner of ARAVALI Bangalore, and in Coimbatore and Mysore, it's only a weekend program. So we are willing to travel to Mysore and Coimbatore to meet students, talk to the parents also, and then tell them about our idea, about our vision. So that is when we convince them. And if they're completely convinced, they're welcome to join us, because there is no force. We are not affiliated under any university as such, but we stand with our value systems. We stand by the pedagogy that we want to offer, and we are adhering to our curriculum, which is framed by experts, and we have got experienced faculty. That is where it is, and we are really happy to reach out to students. LinkedIn, for example. So these are the various sources where students can meet us.
Excellent, sir. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for making that very clear. I have a question in my mind. Now, apart from Bangalore, it's Coimbatore and Mysore as well, where you all are connected with students and enrolling students. It could be an online interview. It could be also offline as well. Yes,
Correct.
explain that clearly. Now, sir, is there any age criteria or is there anybody who can join it? Because you say there's digital marketing and the various other courses. So is it, bound with age or all are welcome?
Perfect. This is the right question you're asking me. We actually want a student who has finished senior secondary, that is 12th standard or PUC. Ideally, a student who is in the final year graduation is also good enough because that is when they are looking for a placement. If they have finished their graduation and could not get placed through the college, because sometimes placements are not 100% anywhere. So they are the perfect candidates. And we want to keep a upper limit of 30 years, but we are ready to stretch till 35. Because beyond a certain age, it is difficult for anybody to acquire new skill sets. It is like old dog doesn't learn new tricks. It is like that. In Kannada, there is a saying, Gidavagi baggadu maravagi baggite. That means when it's a sapling, you can bend the sapling. But when it becomes a tree, you can't bend the tree. This is the old adage. So if somebody is 40 plus, it becomes very difficult to teach them small skill sets, very important skill sets for them to get a job. They will already be in some job and getting difficult. But we get students who are 30 plus, 35 plus. Yes. After doing a training need analysis, we decide if we can take this, which is very important.
Yes. Thank you, sir, for that clarity. Thank you for that clarity so much. I'd like to add here one thing. The corporate world encourages, everyone into their folds. They are inclusive. Like even they take people who are beyond 35, 40 and senior citizens as well, if I'm not mistaken. They're open to experience and talent. So if you'd like to share your thoughts on that, would you like to elaborate? Because what I feel is what I've heard and seen, there are several people who are in their middle age, they have touched their 40s or in their 50s or maybe 60s. They're eager to work. They want to have a transition in their career. They're also looking forward for something, for a change, or maybe, to be placed somewhere. Or some of them are unemployed. So have you even been thinking of the older students or maybe the people who would really like to be placed, because you are connected with the placement as well? Is there anything like that?
Very right. Because see, I also belong to that age group where this is a middle age for career is a long, it could be lifelong, career could be lifelong, and a lot of people have energy till the end of their life. So they are willing to work. So yes, that is also a segment where we are looking at. But let me tell one thing. I can't put a 45-year-old with a 25-year-old in a classroom because their thinking will vary, their background will vary, their learning would have changed, would have come from different schooling. So it is difficult. You can't put apples and oranges together in the same basket. So we have a thought where we have to cater to 40 plus age group as a separate group, and for which curriculum is different. The training methodology is different, and the sectors or jobs that we are looking for them is also different because they have already worked 20, 25 years in their life. So that's a little critical and we are working on it.
Yes.
But we'll cater to them. Yes. I assure you that we'll cater to them.
Thank you for that. That's very positive. People who listen to this, they'll feel positive and they'll be feeling like, yes, we are also included in this. That's really nice to even include them. But of course, you have a different kind of curriculum for them, or maybe a different kind of setup for them where they can really understand what's going on and improve themselves. That's really nice. And be, ready for a job, be ready to take up a job. Now, sir, this is a very crucial question from experience of what I have had by connecting with several people across this platform. Do we really need education to earn money? Because there are several people who are established entrepreneurs without basic education. So how would you explain this?
Okay. Everybody knows the answer, but yes, let me put it in my own way. Because what requires a person to earn money is skill sets. And many times, education is treating us as if we are in a rat race, as if we are in a factory. Every school or every college wants us to come out as part of that college. They want to put a stamp on us and kills our creativity and kills our ability rather than nurturing it. So that's why you see a lot of school dropouts, a lot of people who have not completed their education. They've done very well because they are street smart, they are mature to understand the markets around, and they are very innovative in thinking because their mind is fertile. So sometimes I feel education may also ruin that. But yes, education is very important to us because it can channelize our thinking. It can put us through a system and bring in some discipline in our life. So for which education is very important. Some organizing capabilities also. All that comes. And to stay in a group also comes teamwork. Everything comes through schooling only. But yes, that there are several people in this world who have not got educated, but they are very much literate actually. They are very well read and very informative. That is why they have done very well. And in an ethical way also. They have done proper business.
Very well answered. Very well answered. It's a wonderful way to answer that difficult question. It was a tough question which I put forth, but you answered it so well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, sir, that's really nice. Thank you very much. Now, sir, now many of the students will look up to you as an inspiration. They may come up to you and seek information. Your parents may be connected with you, faculty members. Like you are somewhat like a mentor and inspiration to many. But many of us now would like to know, like, who has been your inspiration in life? What you are today, from where did you draw the inspiration, from which source, if you could say that and share that with us today.
Inspiration comes from home. My mother is my first inspiration, and she remains a constant source of inspiration to me day after day after day. So though there may be several role models around me, I feel it's my mother and my immediate family members who inspire me. So that is where it is.
That's really nice. To give importance to your mother, she is the first teacher in the world that a child would ever know. And then she still has an impact on you, and she is the great source of inspiration. That's really nice. In fact, this is a great message to everyone out there to respect your parents, and especially your mom. She's been a great source of inspiration to many of the children around there. So that's really nice to give importance to a mother.
Just to add to this, yes, my father, my sister, and brother. I'm sandwiched between an elder sister and a younger brother. They're all great inspiration, great achievers in their own sense. Yes, I get inspired by them. And my family. Yes.
You come across as a wonderful gentleman. See, you've not left out your other family members. You immediately cut me and said, no, ma'am, even my father, my brothers and sisters, all of them, are together in this beautiful way of inspiring me in the right way. That's really nice. Thank you so much. So when we give credit to the people in our lives, the right kind of people, when we respect their presence in our lives, life becomes really beautiful. When we respect their presence in our life, that's the time we face a lot of problems. We have to face tough times alone. So when we really appreciate their presence and their gift in our life, that's a great way. That's really nice. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing all of that.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Anna.
Yes, as you've just mentioned about your family, you're very attached to the family and connected. You draw a lot of inspiration from your siblings and parents as well. Would you like to share with us a childhood incident or a beautiful memory with your parents? Or it could be an unpleasant one as well. Were you lost anywhere? Or did you do some mischief that then you had to, come up and speak the truth? Something like that?
I've been a very shy and very silent boy throughout my childhood. Though I have done my part of mischief, but I have always confessed about my mischief. So there has been instant remorse. But yeah, there was one incident where actually it surprised me. There was a watercoloring competition district level organized by Asian Paints. So there were thousands of students from across various schools in the district who participated. And I'm not a very great artist. I had a great theme in mind, and I used that theme to paint on the canvas, on the cardboard. And to my surprise, they announced my name as a consolation prize winner from among 1,000 enrollments. And there was a huge function where company officials came and gave away a certificate and some prize, sketch pen set, bag, etc. Why I remember this very vividly is because I was in 4th standard and my mother ensured that she contacts the company officials and gets a photograph of that, which is a very prized possession for me even to this day, even after 40 years. So this is a very prized possession. So this is one childhood memory I want to remember, because that is when I realized that I can achieve some things in life with my thoughts.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that anecdote. Thank you so much. That's really nice. Now I could visualize the boy painting over there, and then walking up to collect his prize, and it was a consolation prize. He was so happy because there were 1,000 other students who joined and you won one of that. That's really nice. Great. Now, sir, we come up to this part, like how students could now, alter their thought process. They might be going through a very low phase, while they have joined, the sessions that you'll have, or, the curriculum that they are into. They are busy with the studies part. But apart from that, their personal lives will be affecting their studies in many ways, right? So do you all have in place some system where their mental health is given importance, apart from the intelligence and the knowledge that they are gaining through this curriculum that you all are sharing out with regard to throttle finishing school? Now, is there a system in place to assess the students to understand their thought process? Because you never know what is the personal struggle of a child. It could be their family environment, as you earlier mentioned, the background they come, the financial stress, or maybe their personal stress with, their peers. It could be a love affair as well. You never know what. So do you all have something in place, or, some type of hold on the students to make them understand, no matter what, we are here with you to guide you till you are ready to fly?
Very, very appropriate question. So actually, when a student comes in, any prospective student to us, we spend a lot of time understanding the student first, to understand what their background is. Because we know for one thing that any student who comes with a problem has come to a right place, because we have a solution for that student.
Wow.
Because we treat that student as a member of our family. In fact, newspaper reading is the first activity that we do in our institution, because many times today people are not reading newspaper. That is a session. Second, for the first few days, we don't conduct any serious classes. The ice-breaking sessions are not just 1 hour, 2 hours. It can stretch up to a few days. So that means student has not begun learning at all. We are preparing the student. We are preparing the student to absorb all the gyan that we want to give later on. And that is when we clearly know that where he or she is facing the problem. And then immediately we will, at the end of the session, we will ask the other students to leave, and we have a one-on-one session with any student. We also take care. I'll tell you, for example, all of our students are young adults, are into their 30s also. But we have a very simple system that once they reach their home, they have to message us, reached home. And this comes in the group. They could be even 35-year-old. This shows that we care for them. That means if they don't reach the home on time, then there's an alert. We will call their other contact number, maybe father, mother, whatever number they've given, second number. So that means they know that they are part of a family type of atmosphere in the. So there is a one-to-one contact with them, which is highly personal. Though the delivery could be a classroom type, but connection is personal.
I wish we had all of this during our school days also, and our college days. Definitely, we would have really, improved much more. We have already reached a certain place, but we would have been at a higher space if we had such type of care. That's really very nice. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. Now, sir, we come on to the next question. What about sports and games? Like apart from the curriculum, is there even sports and games given importance to?
No, as I already told you, we are running a finishing school. So that means they have already finished their school, but they have not finished their school properly. That is why they couldn't get a job. They couldn't get a place in the corporate world or the industry. So we run an institute where we have space only for training. And the training will happen in four walls. Sometimes we take them on an outbound activity. It could be to a park where we do some activities, or it could be a sports field. But we can't have a curriculum like we have a PT period, some drill or some game. No, that is difficult. One, we can't make a team out of 10, 12 people or 15 people or 20 people. We can't. And they'll come from different backgrounds. Somebody will like cricket, somebody will like football. Girls would want to play throw ball or volleyball. So it varies. But we do a lot of team building activities, even within our space, where they connect with each other, bond with each other, understand each other. So that will be a mind game and a physical activity both within the four walls of the room. Yes. That we ensure that we.
Yes, so that's really very nice. Thank you for sharing that. Now, if I may ask you personally, what kind of sport are you interested? Are you interested in cricket or football? What is it?
See, cricket is a religion in India. So anybody who doesn't follow cricket is something like he's ignorant. I was not an avid player of cricket anytime, but I will know all the statistics. I will know the present trends, who are the players, what is yesterday's result, etc. Yes. But during school, I used to play a little bit of football. And then I used to play table tennis for a long time during my working career also. But I personally feel the best thing is to do some calisthenics every day, whether it is raining or shining or cold winter day. 20 minutes of workout in a room is always helpful to keep your body fit and mind fresh. So fitness, not any sport. And 365 days we can do it. We don't have to lift weights and do it. That is my mantra for health.
Yes. Thank you very much for sharing that. And that's really nice. At least 20 minutes to be physically fit, you have to concentrate on that. Not only physically fit, it will also keep you mentally alert. Now, sir, you have a wonderful exposure even out of India. You were connected with Saudi Arabia and Singapore, UK, etc. If you could share that journey as well, how did you manage to, cross the Indian borders and connect with people from other countries?
Well, actually, I have to thank, I have done my MBA from University of Wales, but that was offered in a campus in Pune, in an institution called as TASMAC. So we had a hostel manager there who went to Singapore. And suddenly she remembered, amongst the thousands of students that she interacted in her life, she remembered me, Miss Geetanjali Mirchandani. And she asked me, would you like to work in Singapore? So that's how I could go there. It was a 2-year assignment. Wonderful. It's an Indian institution in Singapore, catering to students from several nationalities. So it is a melting pot of culture that happens in one campus. We have students from Asia, we have students from Europe, we have students from South America, Africa, like that. So it was a wonderful experience. And they were all residents of the campus, where we offered undergraduate program and MBA both. So we had to continuously engage them with student life activities, various facilities, and at the state-of-the-art level. So it is not, because it's an international school. Great experience. And Saudi was a good experience. Though my visit there was for a short term, Saudi Arabia is now very, very keenly pursuing a concept of providing diplomas to their students, diplomas and advanced diplomas, because they feel that is where the students can get employed. Because they have felt the need of educating their own students. For a long time, they've depended on skills, they are dependent on people coming and working in Saudi. But now they feel that their own children should work for their country, their own citizens should work for their country, so they're equipping. So this was one such project where you have to go and evaluate those students. And when you go as an external evaluator, external examiner, you are impartial and you'll assess them properly. So that was a very interesting project. And they've done a good job by employing neutral examiners, getting from other countries. So it was for a 2-batch project I worked.
Yes, that's wonderful. That's really great and very nice to know. Now, so you've been associated with different educational institutions, and like among all of them till date, which makes you feel the proudest? Amongst, I mean, you've given like 24 plus or 25 plus years of experience you have. So how do you feel? Like which one is really the most proudest achievement till date?
This is the first time in life I feel that I have empowered myself, because what I am doing now is in synchronization, in sync with my own thoughts. What I want to give back to society, what I want to deliver from my own experiences. So I feel all the previous experiences that I got from my previous institutions, I respect them a lot. Starting from the first institution where I worked till the latest, I respect them a lot, because I think they prepared me for this. But this is something close to my heart, and this is something that I would love to do for the rest of my life.
That's great.
For the remaining, without any retirement age.
Yes, I get that. I understand that. So this is very close to your heart. That's really nice. Great. Now, sir, when you've seen a lot of things happening around you, you've had a lot of exposure, lots of experiences, the good, bad, and the ugly. Like, I'd like to know, like, what is it that you focus on to see there in the world as a change? What kind of a change you'd love to see in the world? And if you would love to see a change in the world, which area would you want to see a change?
Actually, it's a very simple question, but it's actually very, very much required, actually. See, everybody feels that we have to change something in the world. But to quote one previous prime minister from our country, who told that our agenda was roti, kapda, or makan. Whenever I am on the roads, I see a lot of people who are homeless, who don't have proper clothes to wear, and who don't have 2 square meals a day. So if at all we have to change in the world, our education should help empower every single soul in this world to have food to eat, a shelter to stay, and proper clothes to wear. So they have to live with dignity. To use the right word, I think every person in the world should have dignity to live dignified life. That is the change I want to see. It is not the richness or the poorness. No. Ability to live on their own. Beggary should not happen. Nobody should be begging on the streets. And we should prepare the people to earn and sustain themselves. That should be the goal.
Yes, that's really wonderful. That's great. Thank you for sharing that. Now, sir, with regard to the Indian scenario, where women are still being targeted in their own homes, they're not being allowed to pursue their education or a career, or maybe after marriage, they're not allowed to work in certain families, of course, not all of them. Now, what is the message to those people, to those young women who are like, they've been married and they would now want to come out and start earning. They don't want to be dependent on anyone, or maybe the family condition is not good. They want to come out and they are educated. As you said, no, they've completed a certain amount of educational pursuit, and they want to go ahead and get employed. Now, especially for women, do you have a message like, could they come and join this finishing school and be employed, get employed, or be placed in the right institution and work?
In fact, our doors are open to both the genders. So, in fact, all the genders.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you.
Yes, because now we have to be sensitive to those people. We don't want to see them on the traffic lights begging for money.
Hats off to you for that. I must thank you for that. I should interrupt and thank you for that. Everyone should work towards helping even the third gender as well. Respect them and try to bring them into the mainstream of the society. Let me put it right. Let's bring them in the mainstream of the society, give them the required dignity and understand them. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. So if I go by the statistics that we have till date, at least 30% of our students are girls. And I can assure you that all of them came to us with difficulty, where either a father or mother is not supporting them to get enrolled to this program. But trust me, today they are independent and they're earning and they've made their families proud. In fact, in a couple of cases, they have come back with their younger sibling or some neighbor telling that, please enroll him or her and make them like us. With these small quantities that we have churned out till now, these stories have already started. And we know that we are doing well. So we are open to getting more girl students, and we are happy to talk to the parents, convince them, and then make them feel comfortable that their girl child is coming to a program to strengthen herself. Yes, our doors are open.
It's really wonderful. That's really admirable. Good. That's wonderful. Now, sir, we'll come down to a little now, a personal type of, session. Are you a person who loves animals? Do you like pets?
Okay. This is a question close to my heart, actually. For a long time, I come from a conservative family where my mother never encouraged us to have a pet at home. Basically, because our brothers would be afraid of dogs or something. So she told, your mamas cannot come home, so don't have a pet at home. But now, I am also advising my children, telling them, see, you can't have a pet at home because your grandmother wouldn't like that. But please adopt street dogs. Give them food every day. Keep a bowl of water outside so that dogs can have water anytime. This is one. Second, there is a bowl of water on my rooftop so that birds can come and drink water. Put some dana. I don't overdo that. There are people who throw kgs of grains on the roof or on the road so that birds can eat. No, I don't overdo, but we have to cater. Another very interesting thing I want to tell you is, accidentally, I started rescuing snakes.
Oh my God, is it? Great.
Yes. This was in our campus in the residential school where I worked, Jain International. So till date, I have rescued about 100 snakes. So I rescue them and then leave them back in the place where they belong to, in some greenery or wilderness, wherever. So this comes from a saying in the Gita, where Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. It is not Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu is every human being should be happy. No. Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha means every soul should be taken care of. So that is the tagline. And this tagline is actually used by civil defense. And I'm a proud warden of Karnataka Civil Defense. So that is also one part of my life. So that is part of my service, where we cater to natural disasters or man-made disasters. Sarvabhuta ite rata. Take care of every single animal, including human beings.
That's really inspiring. Very nice. Now, I could visualize you saving and rescuing the snakes and all of that. Immediately, my imagination shifted like to the greenery, and from there, something's coming out, and you're really, trying to save it from the other people. Because usually, when we see a snake, the first thing is to kill it, but then rescuing it and leaving it in the wild to again survive and live. That's wonderful. That's great. And you must have the bravery and the courage to go near it. If I see one from a distance itself, I'll start like shivering. So you should have that courage, and you really have the courage to. And you said like more than 100 snakes you've been saving. That's really great. Thank you for sharing that. That's really nice. It could inspire even the younger generation to come forward and to rescue the voiceless creatures and save their lives and let them also coexist with human beings. That's great, sir. Very interesting. Now, sir, I'd like to take you on to the next journey. What about traveling? Have you traveled all the states in India? Do you love traveling?
Wow. I love to travel, actually. And I don't require too many people to be with me. I am a lone traveler sometimes with friends, one or two friends, sometimes with family. But I love traveling. And in fact, at my last count, I think I visited 18 states in the country. So,
wow.
So I want to cover the remaining states in the next 5 years. Other countries, of course, Nepal, Singapore, I've lived there. So I visited Malaysia, Indonesia, and then Saudi. But before going to other countries or other these things, I want to visit every single important place in our country. That's my dream. Because India is a beautiful country, vast, and it has everything. It has got seas, it has got mountains, it has got water bodies, snow-capped, which I have not gone to Himalayas. Desert. So I want to visit all of them.
Yes, I share this dream with you as well, because even I love to visit all the states in India and then maybe other countries as well. But I'd love to touch up all the states in India and see how people live, what is the culture and all of that. That's really nice. You've already visited 16, you said, right?
I want to add here, in fact, one Sanskrit author has said this, that Desha Sutti Nodi, Kosha Odi Nodi. I mean, this in Kannada, which I say, you have to read a book, that is dictionary, to understand. But if you have to understand everything, you have to go around the country, Desha. So Desh ko ghumna padega. You have to go around, then you will understand a lot. So we have to travel and we have to read. These two things are very important in life.
So would you mind repeating that for us in Kannada again?
Desha Sutti Nodi, Kosha Odi Nodi. Desha is country, Sutti is traveling, Nodi is to see. Kosha means dictionary, it could be a book. Kosha Odi Nodi. Odi means study. Nodi means to see. So Desha Sutti Nodi, Kosha Odi Nodi. So these two things are very important in life.
That's beautiful. That's nice. That's wonderful, sir. Now, sir, what is the message you'd love to give to all of the people, especially the youngsters who need to reach out to you or to reach out to the right kind of people with regard to, being placed in the right way, to get the right kind of training, the right kind of, polishing and finishing, and to obtain a job? What is the message to all of them?
See, I can leave my contact details through your channel, my number, my email ID. They can reach out to me. Whether they will to get trained under us or not is another thing. But as an individual, yes, I would always be happy to help them, give them some information, and then whatever, help them in their decision making, basically. This one thing. But what I want to tell the youngsters is, first, please listen to your parents, one, because they are the first well-wishers of you in life. And second, if you have siblings, please learn to love and care for your siblings. If you cannot love and care for your siblings, at a future date, you'll get married to somebody. Both these things will be missing in your life. Trust me. It comes from my experience, because when I see a lot of people around, that comes from where that baggage comes from childhood. So if you do all this, and at any point of time, please have one senior as a mentor, and that senior should be a good student or should be well informed, because then they will guide you properly, because then they will take you in their arms and then hold you and guide you, because every person wants to mentor somebody in life. So do that, and tomorrow you can mentor somebody, you can guide somebody. So this chain should go on. Besides this, we are always there. I feel the word could be Margadarshak. So we are the people who can put you on to path. There are only a cause or a reason for that, but yes, people are welcome to reach out to me or my colleagues. All of us are equally passionate about helping young students, and as you rightly said, our next target is the middle ages, because there's a huge chunk there, huge population in the country where they're going through a lot of disturbed lives, turmoils. By the time they would have become single parents, many of them, they would have lost their jobs because of advancing technology. Exactly. Yes. You want to get.
Yes. Thank you for that. I really appreciate the way you've shared all of that. And you also focused on siblings bonding with each other and not to lose connect. And the students, they could come and mentor, one another, or they could get mentored by the right kind of people. And again, in turn, become mentors to others. You explained all of that very well. I really appreciate that. And I'm very happy that you said the middle-age crisis also, as you said, they could be single parents looking for a change of job, because the COVID has been, one great major disaster where people have lost their jobs and they are really still trying to get hold of a good job and live a dignified life. So that's really nice that you've spoken about that. That's also, going to take a big leap forward with regard to they're also getting some type of placement in the right place or in the right sector. So what is it that you love about Sandeepani?
See, I have simple needs in my life. I have aspirations, yes, but I have my own goals. There's a lot of learning to do in my life, but I'm contented with what I have. And if I don't have something, I try to fulfill it from my own capabilities, not from some borrowed capabilities. I'm a quick learner and I believe in traditional wisdom, and at the same time match it with the modern technology. So I'm from some old world type, but at the same time looking at future. So this is something where I fit into all age groups, all classifications, and I'm flexible. So this is very difficult for people. People are very rigid, and I don't carry ego with me. There is another saying that comes to my mind. Kshama virasya bhushanam. That means Kshama is forgiving. Veera is somebody who is brave. Bhushanam is something which adorns him. So a brave man is actually somebody who can forgive somebody. So I believe in that. So if you don't carry a hatred to anybody, be happy in life. So I don't wish to carry any hatred or negative feelings or mistrust amongst people. So that will give you a sound sleep at night, will keep you hale and hearty, and that is what I am. And I wish to say the same thing to others.
Beautiful. That's really a very inspirational one which you've shared. So you've shared it from deep down your heart. That forgive people and then you are the happiest person. Don't have hatred and all of that you've shared. That's really wonderful. Thank you so much. So before we end the session, I have 2 more questions for you and then we could end the session. If you don't mind giving me another 5 minutes, please.
Please go ahead. I'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for being so kind. So how would you want people to remember you? One fine day, we have to leave this universe and we are no more on this planet. Like, how should they remember Professor Sandeepani?
No, actually, this professor thing also has been given by my friends. Many times I tell, please call me by my name, Sandeepani. Because Sandeepani is a name, actually I should thank my father for this. Because this is a very uncommon name. And this name is the name of Lord Krishna's Guru. So today, if you go to Ujjain, there is an ashram where Lord Krishna, Balarama, and Sudama studied from under the guidance of Sandeepani. So Sandeepani has been a legendary teacher, and I carry his name. So even if I have got 0.1% of that as educationist or a teacher, yes, I'll be happy. They can remember me as a good human being, as somebody who treated them nicely, or somebody who helped them. I will be fine because there are a lot of achievers in this world. I have many more things to achieve in life. So maybe after a few years, if you ask me the same question, then I can tell, remember me for these things. Let's say if I churn out at least 100 students from my institute, or let's say 500 students who got placed at many places, then remember me as somebody who changed life of 500 people. Yes. Till that time, remember me as a simple human being.
Very humble of you. You're so down to earth. That's really so nice. Very humble. Sir, now this is one more question, sir. Imagine we give you a time machine in hand and ask you to click the button that is visible there, which is red in color. And once you click that button, you're taken immediately into the past era. The task over there is to relive somebody's life and return back. Relive it for a certain period of time, maybe 1 week or 2 weeks, and come back. Whose life you'd love to relive and come back? Whose life will you select?
There is one. I have many people who have inspired me in life by their thoughts and their their guidance for their lifetime. They are given for generations to come, and we remember them even today. So there is one person whom I feel that I should live his life for. You told me, 1 week, few days. That is Acharya Chanakya. Because today, if India is existing as one single country, it's a union of many states. I think he was the first person to visualize it as one single country when there were so many kingdoms fighting amongst each other, and when there was a foreign power coming and trying to occupy it. He told that we should be united. Today we are a liberated country, we are an independent country and call ourselves as an independent nation, India. But some 2,300 or 400 years ago, if somebody has done that, and today he is also a role model to many people in the economics and management. So
Yes.
Maybe few days of his life.
If I'm not mistaken, did he write Kautalya Arthashastra?
Arthashastra and Niti Shastra. These are his 2 books. So he told how to manage economics or finance, and Niti Shastra, that is values. So this is a benchmark for all the IAS officers in the country. There's a benchmark even to this day.
If I'm not mistaken, I've learned this in 10th class, I guess. Was he connected to Chandragupta Maurya, if I'm mistaken?
Yeah, correct.
Right? Yes?
Very true. Very true. Because he's the one who identified this young boy was actually acting like a ruler or a monarch, and he belonged to a very lowly family. So he handpicked that boy, brought him under his wings after convincing his mother. His mother was a single parent back then, and then trained him under everything: arts, administration, warfare, everything. Groomed him and made him fight against the mighty Alexander the Great alongside Kauravas army. And that is why he became the first Chakravarti of the country, Chandragupta Maurya. And he also guided the next 2 generations, Bindusara and Ashoka. So he lived up to a long life because he was a brahmachari or a bachelor. He was an acharya with a disciplined life, with a single-minded focus for country. So if you are living in a country with so many divisions in the country, language, religion, race, everything, I think the first person many years ago was Acharya Chanakya.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you. Sir, now we'd like to know the best gift you've received till date, either on the personal side or the professional side. The best gift that you've ever been receiving till date.
It is difficult to put one best gift because then I'll be doing injustice to a lot of people who have gifted me. Or let's say if somebody has given me a simple pen, I'm happy with that. If somebody has gifted me some chocolate, I'll be happy with that. So I think this is a difficult question, but let me tell you, people in my family and my friends have treated me very well. They have gifted me very well. I think it's God's grace. They have treated me very well. Recently, I completed 50 years and my entire family came together to gift me a lot of things. So I can't name one or two, but yes, I think what I want to tell is give and take is a part of our life. Receiving a gift and returning a gift is part of our life. And that creates a mindset in us telling that, yes, I received something, let me give something back to somebody.
Super.
It is not like one way traffic.
Superb. I really like it. You get a gift and you should also be able to give a gift to the people who you love and cherish in life. That's really nice, sir. So one gift now we are going to ask from you. It's not one gift. We're going to ask you 3 gifts in the form of 3 magical words. Any 3 words that could empower us. You've really given a wonderful session. You've shared so well. And your interest to, bring a beautiful balance and change in the lives of various students and see them settle soon in the right kind of job. That's really nice. I really like that concept so much. And we wish you and your entire team all the best in all your endeavors and work more hard, to see this grow a little more higher and have many branches in all the states of India. It's like Mysuru, Coimbatore, and Bangalore, but we'd love to see it in all the states of India. That's what I visualize. There should be a very strong foundation in all the states to help the students. Now, sir, what are the 3 gifts you're going to give us in the form of 3 different words that could empower us? Apart from please, sorry, and thank you, you could share any 3 words.
This is like a magic ball that comes, for when you don't know how the bowler is going to bowl it. Yes, but when I think quickly, I can remember 3 things. It is not single word, but yes, educate yourself, empower yourself, and the last thing is by doing this, enrich yourself and enrich others. So these 3 things I want to tell: educate yourself, empower yourself, and enrich yourself and others. So this is something that I want to give as a simple message from my side.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. So it's called as the 3E cube, or the 3 E's, or the E cube, if I'm not mistaken. That's really nice. Enrich, empower, and what's the last one?
Educate, empower, and enrich.
Very true. Educate, empower, and enrich the lives of people around you. That's really nice. Thank you so much, sir. We had a wonderful time with you. We'd love to have many more associations with you in the near future as well. Thank you so much for sharing your time. And we'd like to put in a request to all the guests and the students across the world. If you'd like to connect with sir, do connect with sir. We'll share sir's description, details with regard to the phone number and all other instructions which you could connect with him for the right reasons, or get enrolled in this beautiful finishing school to empower yourselves and get a job as well. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was a very interesting session. I was happy talking to you, listening to your questions, answering them, and I'm happy that this message will reach across to people. I'll be happy for them. You're doing a great job.
Thank you, sir.
Keep it up and keep this going.
Yes, sir. You too, sir. Thank you so much. Thanks to you and to your entire team. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. My dear friends, with this we come to an end to the International Fab Talks for today. Do us a favor, share this video with the right kind of people. Share it with many student groups, or you could share it through WhatsApp, or you could share it to anybody who you think needs a job, who needs to be trained in the right way, to be polished in the right way, and to secure a job and to have success in their lives, to live a life filled with dignity, to earn a wonderful and decent living. You could really share this video and create a beautiful change in the lives of many people. And of course, if you like what the International Fab Talk team is doing, stay connected with us. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Above all, love yourself, love your family, and give importance to education, enrich lives, and as well as empower the world around you. Stay blessed. Thank you, sir.